before we begin this trial, I just want to say, last night I found out that there was a sale on the other two Dark Souls games that I didn't own yet, so I bought them. But the thing about Dark Souls 2 is that there are two versions of Dark Souls you can get on Steam. There's Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, and then there's Upgrade to Dark Souls 2. And I thought the Upgrade to Dark Souls 2 was like some kind of DLC for Scholar of the First Sin. No, it's not. It is Scholar of the First Sin. If you have the original Dark Souls 2, because like these games get re-released many like infinity times. If you have the original Dark Souls 2, you get that upgrade, and that's how you get Scholar of the First Sin. I didn't need to get it. I already had Scholar of the First Sin because I bought that, and I bought it for really cheap. Stonks. Okay. Nick? Yeah? Did you know that Von Karma's daughter is only 18? Just like me? Don't tell me you have a crush on her. She's trying to give you the death penalty. The death sentence. Why? I was just thinking about how strong she is. Yeah, she's got a crush on her. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time, all by herself, and she's so grown up. Yeah, and I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. And then you look at me and, well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. No. And on top of that, I'm the suspect in a murder trial. But I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all that you've gone through.
Good morning. The two of you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you.
Hey, morning, Pearly.
You'll be safe today, Mystic Maya.
Huh? What do you mean?
My mother is coming today to show her support.
She's gonna be a witness. She's the killer. Yeah, that's right, Pearly. In fact, I even saw the episodes of the anime. I didn't watch ahead. No spoilers, but it's very clearly she's the killer. The game wants you to know that. Hey, Pearls.
Yes, Mr. Nick?
Do you think you could do me a big favor? Could you channel Mia today, too?
Huh? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch.
Okay. Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help.
Mr. Nick, that's enough. You can't show weakness in front of the person you love.
Pearly, not this again. I only see her as a droog. Okay, she's not bae, she's just fam.
Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Maya's sake. See you later then. I'll leave you two to your alone time.
Why is this 8-year-old girl just like this romantic? Why is she so romantic? Why is she this romantic? When did romance come to just mean like love? Cause like it's like this, it was like an era of time, you know, the Romantic period. That has to do with Rome. When did that just come to mean love? Nick? This way, Pearls won't be able to see today's trial. It's like saying, oh my god, this is so, Renaissance. That's so... that's so colonial. This way, Pearls won't be able to see today's trial. What do you mean? What's going on? Oh my god. Oh my, he's going to indict her mother. He doesn't want Pearl to see that. Oh, my heart. Blah 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 blah.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. Don't say it like that. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you've made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be foolish, you foolish fool, wearing the foolishly foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I'm the prodigy who has never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. Yeah, well, your father also never lost a case, and I sent him to jail. Don't you talk about my father! Ah! Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country. Uh-huh. That's nice, Miss Von Karma. And apparently, in the original Japanese version, or in the anime at least, Von Karma isn't from Germany, she's from America. So in the Japanese version, she comes from America to Japan, and in the English version, she comes from Germany to Japanifornia. Glad to see you're in such good spirits today, Miss Fair. It's true what they say. Women really are scary when they fight. Gulp. Phoenix is scared of women.
Now then, a very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session.
That the defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct?
Yes. And this key is proof of that.
There is reasonable doubt. Are you able to remove that reasonable doubt, prosecution? That is your job.
This key, the only key to the challenge chamber, was not where it should have been.
Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin.
Alright, let's hear it.
The prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. What? What? Does anyone ever sit at that desk underneath a judge?
But Miss Von Karma, then how do you explain this picture? Are you saying then that the person in this picture is not the defendant?
I never said that wasn't the defendant.
Then what is the meaning of this?
All I'm saying is that my affair, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that is when she dropped this key.
Can you substantiate your claim?
Isn't that what I'm here for?
Do you have any sources?
My source is that I made it the fuck up. The prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Fair, to the stand. Just as I suspected, Aunt Morgan. She'd prosecute against her own niece. Poor Mia, she seems really torn by this. Witness, name and occupation. My name is Morgan Fay, and I'm a spirit medium in a manner of speaking.
I'm sorry, but what do you mean in a manner of speaking?
I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? Yes, that is correct. I performed the spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya then.
Spirit severing technique?
A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world. That is, yes, that is.
Meh.
You be quiet. Now, witness, something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have... Mystic Maya, she escaped from the room.
What?
And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Faye, while in a possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber.
Order! Order! Miss Faye, please testify to this court what happened during that time.
Your Honor, I will try my best. I think something just upped the ante on this trial. Here we go. After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand, and she was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck and I fainted for a short while. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. But she was in the room the whole time. I know. What? Why have you hidden this until now? I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise. That's right. She is simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Phoenix, right? Why is she making it a point to take a stab at me? Never mind.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
My aunt is a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. Then I guess I'll just press her on everything. Just now, you said those two. Oh god, I still have damage from the Magatama debacle. Just now you said those two. Who were those two people you were referring to? I was referring to that foreign lady and yourself, good sir. Lada's not a foreigner, despite how she talks. She's from the south. Oh, is that so? I'm sorry. I simply could not understand her atrocious English, not to mention she looked awful. Okay, this woman is going down. I can already see people in the Heartland gearing up for a riot. In any case, I've already sent the repair bill to your office, Mr. Wright. Oh, thanks.
What did you do after that, Miss Faye?
How much debt is Phoenix in? Can't be worse than Gumshoe. But Jesus. I bet those magic shows from Trucy were like a godsend, a miracle for Phoenix. Drowning in debt. And this child comes along, this orphan child. Save it for the Apologesis trilogy. What did you do after that, Miss Faye? A request that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. Was it really necessary to have two people do something as simple as call the police? Didn't you offer to do that? If there was a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind.
Yes, that is a very good point.
At that time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another...
Another what, madam?
Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself.
You are under oath.
There was another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? You must testify. Why did you chase us out of the room? I simply did not wish for there to be more victims. The lives of both the good sir and that camera woman may be in danger, was what I thought to myself.
Well, that was very noble of you, Miss Faye.
This is bad. Now people have a good impression of her and a bad one of us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my aunt for you.
Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Faye, please continue.
A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand and she was in a daze. During our investigation, you stated that you struck the defendant on the head, and this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by the statement? I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie. But why would you lie about something like that? It is very painful for me to say this, however. The witness was lying to cover for the defendant. She was covering for Maya. So you were covering for the defendant? Well, yes. It was only later that I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade Mystic Maya had done something very unexpected.
Something unexpected? What, pray tell, did she... Ooh!
This witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. If you want to know what this unexpected thing was, there was always letter.
Yes, very well.
Why does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach? Kidney stone. Now, witness, continue with what happened. Then, quite suddenly, she thrust me away from herself and escaped the room. Was it really that easy for her to escape from you? I'm ashamed to admit such a thing, however, yes. But you are physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There's no way she could have escaped from you so easily. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? What about this picture? Remember that at the time the defendant was not physically Maya Fey. Then how are her fingerprints on it? How did you not find the fingerprints? How did... That's the fingerprints. Yes, well, you see, she... I wonder if the fingerprints will become important later. The fingerprints were burnt off at the chemical factory. I can't do that. I can't do RT games Von Karma voice.
Oh no, it is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand.
Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of the nurse she had called. No, it wasn't. But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right away? Problem is, it's not a color photograph, so we can't exactly confirm if it truly is eeny, miny, miny. Well, yes, I would have. However, with great strength, she hit the base of my neck and I fainted for a short while. You fainted? I became dizzy and then collapsed onto the floor.
How long were you unconscious?
I'm not sure. About 10 minutes, perhaps. Oh, time of death isn't important in this case. Interesting.
And the defendant almost certainly went somewhere in that time.
Happy witness, elaborate on that point for us. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Is that because you were unconscious? Why, yes. Great. Well, now what? So, while you were unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went. I would think that's obvious, good sir. If that's true, then how can you know for sure that the defendant left the challenge chamber at all?
Water. Now that you mention it, I have to wonder myself.
I think my judge voice is getting worse. I'm not built for doing old man voices. It's true that this witness is not able to confirm this. But the key word here is this witness. What do you mean by that? It means she has another witness up her sleeve. That's what. Looks like Miss Von Karma is ready to move on to her next witness. That's fine. I don't have any objections. She was unconscious. That's no contradictions there. The judge gets the same idea.
And from what she has said, you can establish that Maya Fey did leave the chamber.
But she didn't see her leave the chamber. I hope this isn't going to come back and bite us in the ass. Now, let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber?
Yes. That is basically...
Be quiet, you. Now then, what the escapee has done when she had gone was to speak with a certain person. She went to speak with someone.
Who was it?
The prosecution calls Miss Eeny Miny to the stand, who was sleeping in the side room at the time.
Eeny Miny.
I think you can see where this is headed. She's the accomplice. Witness, name and occupation. Okay, so my name is, Eeny Miny. I'm, researching, parapsychology stuff at the, university.
What is this parapsychology?
Let's see. It's, I guess, most people call it occult stuff.
Even if that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means.
Did I suggest you go home and research it by yourself? Google is free. It's not my job to educate you. You want an explanation. SMH my head. I am literally neurodivergent und minor.
Yes, sir.
Now then, Miss Miney. After the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant Maya Fey. Is this correct? I guess? If that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. That is alright, isn't it, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
For the love of all things good, Your Honor, have some spine. For my sake.
Phoenix, I heard that. You got penalty.
What?
Like, when the chandelier started, I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Like, a little later, someone came into the room, like, really suddenly. It was like, oh my god, totally my sister. I, like, hadn't seen her in, like, so long. I was so happy in, like, a sad way. My sister, she, like, told me something, like, totally terrible.
Now hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that entered was your sister? Don't you mean the defendant Maya Fey?
Channeling the spirit. Really now, Your Honor. Maya Fey was still in the middle of channeling at that time. Shouldn't Von Karma be arguing that Maya was responsible? She's just straight up admitted Maya had no control over her actions.
Are you saying that the spirit was the spirit of this witness's sister?
Yes, Mimi Miney. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic.
Oh, well, this is...
Witness.
Yeah?
In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it. Bad idea. She's gonna start crying about her sister's death. Everyone's gonna sympathize with her, feel sorry for her sister, and by extension, for the defendant. And that will most likely get her a reduced sentence. That's how crying works in court. Of course.
Miss Miney, please.
Of course, there's no jury in this. Although I looked up, after I was so curious about the legal systems that I looked up, like, the specifics of the court. There aren't trials by jury. Trials by jury are done in Japan, but they're not like a rule. So certain courts, like this court, will just not do trial by jury.
My sister, like, this is what she said to me.
That was no accident. I was drugged with her sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. Wait a minute. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it, Nini? If we're going by my original theory that Maya was never possessed, then she must be lying about something.
She took her revenge? Are you sure that's what she said?
Yes. There, are you satisfied, Your Honor?
I still can't believe it. I can't believe that a spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge.
It's a bit hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth. Like in the Great Ace Attorney, they have juries, so I'm very excited to play that game. But I'll only buy it when it goes on sale. Money. The end.
What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for.
This testimony just now, was it all made up? Was it just one huge lie? Well, you know that Maya couldn't have been channeling the spirit because she had a dream, so... Of course it was Phoenix. See, Mia knows. Mia, what do you mean? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. But even the most well-spun lies can be undone. We can do it, Phoenix. Let's find that one loose thread and unwind this tapestry of lies. A contradiction. Your Honor, there is room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine this witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder. Yet again, the foolish fool spouts out more foolishly foolish trouble. I wonder if you'll make this one more entertaining than the last. Okay. Shannon started sleeping in the side room. Was that because of your, sesame allergy, was it?
Like, that's right. I, like, think there were sesame seeds, like, in the lunch they served that day. I had this, like, premonition that it was gonna be totally a seedy day.
Or maybe the floors were waxed with sesame oil. Yes, indeed.
I see.
Am I the only one who missed the boat here?
Anyway, so you were taking a nap. Did something happen while you were sleeping?
Like, a little later, someone came into the room, like, really suddenly.
How later? Do you know the time?
Like, maybe a little before 11 a.m., something like that, I think.
11 a.m.?
Yeah, like, my stomach is totally ready for, like, food.
No, I think you misunderstood me. I'm not asking what time it is now. I meant what time it was when the someone came into your room.
Oh, so, like, that's what you meant. Like, you should have been more, like, clear about it.
Sorry, my bad.
No, it's okay. Like, it's really...
That's it? Why did you stop mid-sentence?
Did I? So, like, what was I talking about again?
I mean, in the anime, Ini, she sounds less like Valley Girl and more like, girl who smokes weed. So maybe that's what they were going for, you know? But, you know, I've gone this far. We're sticking with Valley Girl. Witness about this person who enters this side room.
It was like, oh my god, totally my sister.
Are you absolutely sure?
I guess?
You guess. Was it or was it not your sister who entered?
Like, I don't know. I mean, like, I totally don't know your sister at all, Mr. Smith.
First off, my name is not Mr. Smith. Second, I'm an only child. Phoenix Wright lore. Although Maya acts like my sister. But more than that, she's managed to mess up the question with her answer. Well, Mr. Wright, wait, she messed up the question? The defense rests. Well, that was a close way to getting my hopes up by stopping the music. Now then, witness, how did you feel when you saw Miss Mimi Miney? You were happy in a sad way.
Yeah, like, I mean, it was my sister.
But wouldn't most people react here with surprise after seeing a dead loved one alive again?
But, like, maybe if I was, like, someone who didn't know about, like, the occult. But I, like, know all about the Corain Shanlin technique.
The point here is the witness immediately recognized that it was her sister.
Yeah, like what she said.
Should I drop this line of questioning? So you really didn't think anything strange of the whole encounter?
No. Like, there wasn't any reason for me to, like, think anything was strange.
But... Ow! Don't keep badgering her. You know the phrase objection? Could you try using that one once in a while?
Mr. Wright, this question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister, is it really that important?
If only we had someone who knew about emotions. It is very important, although I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. But I've got to bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. God, there's a... Oh! That's where it went. There was like this rubber stopper. My desk has this tray that slides out. And like, there are pointy edges. So it needs rubber butts at the end. One of the butts fell off, but now I found it. Yeah, that was driving me crazy for days. But I've got a bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about.
All right, Mr. Wright. Miss Miney, please amend your testimony.
Like, okay, I'm, like, totally cool with that. Oh my god, I'm getting somewhere. I wasn't, like, scared at all, and, like, her costume looked, like, totally normal. So, there was nothing odd at all about your sister's appearance? Like, yeah, nothing that was, like, weird. Mia's talking to herself like she's found something wrong. That's impossible. Like, is everything okay? Can I, like, go on? Something about... She told me something totally terrible. Wait, I know what it is. Her costume looked normal, but it was supposedly covered in blood. That was a very well spun lie, Miss Amy. What are you babbling about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Stealing my lines now, are we, Phoenix? Miss Miney, may I remind you of what you said? You said that there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance. Like, yeah, and... But I don't think that's what you were thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. This is a picture of the sister you met. I would think that even you would be surprised if someone appeared before you like this, covered in blood. This is a blood spray. Miss Miney, why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you were really testifying and not lying, you would have noted it right off the bat.
Order! Order! Miss Miney, what is the meaning of this? Miss Miney?
I'm thinking, don't interrupt me.
That...
And what are you stammering about, Your Honor?
Well,
That witness, her personality did a complete 180 there. Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though. First of all, calm yourself, witness. Like, I'm sorry, I, didn't mean to snap. How did you know the victim was wearing a red handkerchief? Mamma mia! I'm a guilty! Guilty! Ooh! Now, hurry up with the testimony. If you please. The judge still looks a little shaken up. Well, I hope he's gonna be. Like, a side room is, kind of dark, you know? So, the costume is, purple, right? The blood totally blended right in. And I, persuaded my sister it wasn't, right to do something like that. And then, I took my sister to the channeling chamber.
Yes, now I see. And you have given us a clear reason for why you didn't notice the blood.
You think? Thanks, Gramps.
Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright?
I would still like to cross-examine the witness.
Right, I guess not. Very well, you may question the witness.
Kinda dark. Really? Because I thought it was pretty bright inside that room. Don't push your subjective opinions onto this court. That's right. Excuse me, but how's my statement any more subjective than Miss Miney's? You are such a hopeless cause. Witness, you may feel free to ignore this trite little man. Okay. Oh, can't breathe. Let me out of here. So, the costume is, purple, right? The blood totally blended in. You didn't see the blood. Yeah. But she must have had the gun with her at that time as well. That's, Are you gonna tell me the next thing that you didn't notice the gun either? I, like, totally didn't. All I was looking at was, like, her face.
Continue.
And I, like, persuaded my sister, like, wasn't right to do something like that. Do something like what? And what was your sister, Miss Mimi Miney, like at the time? Well, she was, like, totally flipped out because she just shot Dr. Gray. Father, when can I leave to be on my own? I got the whole world to see. But I think, like, she knew. She, like, said she did something really bad. And, like, she said she wanted to go with me to, like, apologize to Miss Morgan. Did Mimi Spirit really say all that to you? Like, yeah. And then, like, I took my sister to the channeling chamber. Was your sister calm by that time? Like, I guess so. I guess maybe, like, taking her revenge on Dr. Gray, like, made her feel a lot better. I'd like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix, right? The sooner the better. She says, with her whip at the ready. And, like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? Can you add that to your testimony? May I ask you one more thing, Miss Miney? Like, sure. Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place? Something out of place? Huh? Like, when do you mean? When? When you... We're going to the crime scene, arrived at the crime scene. I'm talking about when you were in the side room. Of course. Like, no, nothing strange. I'm gonna have to, like, do this for all three of the questions. Think harder. I know you can remember something. I, like, totally can't.
Just give up already, Mr. Phoenix, right?
I wonder if I put too much faith in his ability to do anything with that brain. Objection. He is leading the witness. Yeah, well, you have brought a whip into court, so I think Phoenix is allowed to lead the witness. It's no good. I think I find anything wrong. Phoenix, the judge believes his testimony. If you don't find some sort of hitch in her statement, hell, on the trial, I know. I have to do this. Yep, I know. Shit. Too fast. You know what? What's the worst that could happen? When you were going to the crime scene, I'm talking about when you were going to the channeling chamber. Like, no, nothing strange. Think harder. I know you can remember something. I, like, totally can't. That's not good enough. Your Honor, the defense is clearly leading the witness. Uh-oh. Hey, wait a minute. Didn't I ask that already? Phoenix, Wright, are you same scumming, you motherfucker? That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court.
Do you think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the challenge chamber is all that important?
It's very important, Your Honor. I ask because it is very important. Not that I know where I'm going with this. This is Phoenix Wright's MO, okay? Miles Edgeworth, he finds the truth by any means necessary, even if it means forged evidence, even if it means that he technically loses the case, he will always do what is right and what is just. Godot, he just drinks a lot of coffee. Von Karma, he is the corrupt lawyer. Phoenix Wright, he's just fucking winging it. Not sure now where I'm going with this. Just pretend you know what you're doing. Just making wild accusations and see if they stick.
Very well. Miss Miney, if you will, please include a statement about this in your testimony.
Like, I don't get why, but okay. We're getting somewhere. Didn't see anyone on the way. Okay, so obviously... Chat. You didn't? Why didn't you have seen Pearl, my co-counsel, currently being possessed by her dead cousin? You say that you didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. However, that is impossible. Like, what do you mean? I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Spay's daughter, Pearl Fay. Interesting. You have a semi-intelligent look on your face. So, what's about this child? It just so happens that at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the center garden. The garden. Yep. Yep. Which means anyone walking through the area would have to have seen her. So, Miss Miney, what do you have to say to that? Is her hat made out of mozzarella cheese? As the court can see, she's a bit of an airhead. She had a traumatic head injury 1 year ago. Also, she was leading her, quote, sister, unquote, at that time. Do you honestly believe she would have noticed a simple child playing? Preposterous. It's not preposterous, and I can prove it. What sort of foolish? There's no way someone walking along the windway could not have noticed Pearl. Ball. This urn is my proof. An old cracked clay pot. What is that going to prove? It's clearly porcelain. How do they make porcelain? Is porcelain pottery? Is it clay? Huh. Do you know why it's cracked? It's because Pearl broke it. That's why. She broke the urn? Yow! Why do I feel like you're about to ruin my perfect day? This urn was broken around the time the channeling started. And Pearl was the one who put it back together. While sitting right in the middle of the winding way. Miss Miney. Pearl was there in the winding way at the time. She was hard at work putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I'd have to declare you legally blind. No, Phoenix Wright. That's a different fictional lawyer. It's a blonde girl who becomes a lawyer. I think I've sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Miney. You are a masterful liar.
Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say.
The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. She committed perjury. So, Miss Miney, tell us the truth.
About what?
About what? About what you were about where you really were at the time of the murder, of course.
The witness just testified about that.
That's right. I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Can I really believe her? Was she really sleeping in the side room? I'm gonna start giving her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she was sleeping in the side room, and she just, and what she saw was either a dream, or she just made it up because she was told to make it up by the real killer. Yeah, I guess so. Sorry, my mistake. Very well, now let's proceed. Phoenix! What, did I miss something again? Shouldn't let up on this line of questioning. Huh? Why not? Who was the only person you didn't see with your own eyes at the time of the murder? Oh, boy. What? That's a pretty daring assumption. That's the most obvious, isn't it? The most obvious is never the simplest one! Is there anyone else? Morgan! Oh, okay. Your lies end here. The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible, because there is clearly a contradiction here. A contradiction? Where is this contradiction? So there's a contradiction. She says she was sleeping, but it would have to be the evidence, right? It's always the evidence. The answer is in the court record.
What?
Planning to start another irrelevant piece of evidence.
Very well. The court will see this evidence.
Wait, Mia? I don't know what you plan on showing to the court, but I can guarantee you the answer is not there.
What?
Just this once, I'll lend you a hand. Now, rethink your answer. Alright, well, if it's not physical evidence, it could be conjecture or hearsay. Those are kinds of evidence.
Mr. Wright, what is your answer?
Okay, time to add another buff to the pile. The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible because there's clearly a contradiction here. A contradiction? Where is this contradiction? It's in her testimony. Earlier in your testimony, Miss Hermione, you made the following statement. Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber. It's true that at the time, both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police.
So? Like, what does that, like, have to do with anything?
Oh, you see that? It's like... It's made out of cheese. Her hat is made out of cheese. It's very simple. Miss Hermione, how did you know that fact?
How?
I concede that Miss Fey was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Hermione, you did in fact go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by way of the winding way.
Ah! But look at the matter guide map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, one would have to use the winding way.
Yes, that's right, Your Honor. Which is why I ask this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Miss Hermione, please answer the question. Don't ask a question off a baseless assumption, if you please. What? Well, I suppose since you put it out on the table, Mr. Wright, you might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Now's your chance, Phoenix. Yeah. The only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was Eenie Miney. I still think it was Morgan. So now is the time to prove it. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. The witness when she saw the murder? She had to have been here. Miss Miney was here, of course. But that's the channeling chamber. Of course, locked room. It was the only place she could have been. She snuck in there. She was in the room while it was locked. And then she snuck out when the crime scene was discovered. Isn't that the crime scene? That's right. Miss Miney was at the scene of the crime. Order! Order!
Okay, that's... Ow!
Mr. Phoenix Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and the defendant were in the chamber when the channeling started. Trying to shift her into French accent.
Yes, that is correct. Please, explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
Simple. Miss Eenie Miney was hiding at the scene of the crime. Damn, I'm good.
I was hiding?
Where? Like, where was I hiding? Under the floorboards, behind the screen, right? Here, of course.
Behind the folding screen? Ow! Don't make me say this again. Recall yesterday's testimony.
There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that phone screen. Are we really gonna trust her? Are we really gonna trust her? Do you really think we should trust?
See, you stupid jerk. Quit being so quick to paint on me, slime ball.
Now, Miss Miney. One so young as you shouldn't be saying...
Shut it, Gramps, as if you know exactly how old I am.
You're 21.
I'm sorry.
Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along. The witness was hiding behind the folding screen with the help of this. Okay. Box? No, why would it be the box? The floorboards? I have no clue. Okay, you know what? Shot in the dark. Miss Miney. Wait, was I actually right? How are you able to hide at the scene? The crime was very simple. You were hiding inside this box. Nah! That tiny little box? No person could fit in that. Sorry, but your theory has already been disproved. What has proved you when she was hiding from me in it? Well, that closing box was in the side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all. That's right. I was sleeping there, so I should know. Was there a secret entrance? Did she become tiny and go through the tiny bullet hole? That clothing box was there in the side room the whole time.
Mr. Wright? Do you think you can prove where the clothing box was at the scene of the crime?
I can with some evidence. And now I present the piece of evidence that will prove this clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. The bullet hole! Take a look at this clothing box. You're so stupid, as if there's any sort of evidence invalid thing. She stopped talking like a while ago.
This? What on earth?
Yeah! I don't have time for you to sit there and surprised. Hurry up and say it already.
There's a hole about 6 inches off the ground.
A hole about 6 inches off the ground. Where have you heard that before?
The folding screen. It had a hole at the same height.
That's right. I hope this has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. That's why Lotta didn't see her. She was doing a goddamn Metal Gear Solid. It went through the screen, then into the box. Yeah. Miss Miney, you were hiding behind the folding screen, waiting for your chance. Yes, for your chance to kill Dr. Gray! Ah! No, it was Morgan. Order! Order! So what do you say?
Then Mr. Phoenix Wright, what about this picture? Are you saying that the person in this photo is Miss Eenie Miney?
That is exactly what I am saying. Miss Eenie Miney, you were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey.
To masquerade as Maya Fey?
She had it planned from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. No, stop! I can't stand to listen to any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I have a proposition. This whole idea is that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do that all by herself. Correct. There was an accomplice. It really is impossible for one person to do all the preparations, that is. Ow! Need I remind you, the foolish receive no mercy. Wait! Miss Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct? Well, you can't be serious. Swiss cheese. Miss Miney, you had an accomplice.
This person. Oh, if it wasn't someone from Korean Village, you couldn't have gotten the costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Faye household, you wouldn't have that box to use. Morgan Faye. Isn't that the wonderful lady witness we had earlier?
What do you have to say to this, Miss Miney?
You shot Dr. Gray with your own 2 hands. I still think it was Morgan.
Do you deny it? Actually, it doesn't matter who actually did the deed, because either way, if this plan was so successful... I guess if the plan was successful, Morgan still would have become the one in charge. Doesn't matter if she killed him or if Eni killed him. I think this is what really happened. But that's when something unexpected happened.
Unexpected?
Yes. Bang. Dr. Gray was actually not yet dead. With the last of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker. And that is why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray and... finished the job.
After that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room?
Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear. Which is why, upon hearing the shots, he forced away into the channeling chamber. Click. Miss Miney. She immediately covered her own costume with blood. And pretended to be Maya Fey.
Ugh. But that sort of deception would have been easy to see through.
Yeah, because I just saw through it. You fucker. Which is precisely why Miss Morgan Fay chased us out. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Hurry, before there are more victims here.
What is one supposed to say?
This is the real truth behind this murder.
Who is laughing at a time like this?
Ah! Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry, are you still by chance evolving? France. What is it this time?
Miss Von Karma, surely.
Of course it was me. Do you really think someone of Von Karma blood would lose to something this pate? What in the world? Mr. Phoenix Wright, your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. And that is, if this witness is the real murderer, why would she go through all this trouble, huh? Working together with a medium, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act. I know, teacher, I know. What reason would she have to do such foolish things? Well, that's, you know, Phoenix, you know the answer. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Oh, and one other thing. Why would Miss Eni Money want to kill Dr. Gray? Where is her motive? Sister. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to say, too. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive. Killed your sister. A motive? That's... I can't say she has no motive here. I have to think of a motive now. What is her reason for wanting Dr. Gray dead? The reason wanted Dr. Gray dead is this.
Just as I thought. You bore me with your silly answers, Phoenix Wright. Just great. You think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death? Yeah. Just a while ago we were just talking so fondly of her. Because of that accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be stupid. No one has proof that Dr. Gray judged my sister, right? But you were convinced. And you say you want to take revenge based on nothing? What do you mean by that? Senile, stupid Gramps. In your own testament, I'm, going to explain, so, please listen, okay? It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I, wanted revenge, then I, wouldn't have waited this long. And besides, the guy thought of the spirit thing was, Miss Dr. Gray. But it was, a total coincidence he asked me about it, you know? She's back to her airhead persona. Also, that is false. Dr. Gray told me that you told me. You see, ouch! Pathetic, Mr. Phoenix, right? I hate you. You failed to support your own theory. The end. I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix, right? What Miss Miney has stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated, and she has no motive in the first place. Did everyone just fucking forget about the facts laid out in today's and yesterday's trials? Furthermore, there is no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate with this plan. Yes, there is! You don't even have any truly decisive pieces of evidence to discriminate your point. So many thoughts, Mr. Phoenix, right? You should really learn your place. Grr! What happened? I thought I had her for sure. See, it's just as I, told you. I hope you like your slice of humble pie. Very well, I now conclude the cross-examination of Miss Eenie Miney. Hold it. Your Honor, please allow the defense 1 more minute. All right. You can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix. Maya? Yes, it does. Mia. Yes, it does sound like a ridiculously messed up plan for a murder. But, regardless, that girl trained for this crime. Really? Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason. There was a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. And it is also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion. Blackmail? Time is up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please. If you want to say that you can prove Miss Mighty had a motive, then why did she kill the victim in this way? Can you provide the reason? Can I really do this? I am not totally confident here, but I know that I must press on no matter what. That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now. Again, stop reading my mind. This is my internal monologue. I will show and substantiate the fact that Miss Miney had a motive. Too bad. You're too late. My cross-examination has already ended after all. Eek. Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? You're supposed to be on my side. Hubris. Von Karma only cares about the perfect win. Then why are you giving me a chance? If I have even a tiny chance, I'm taking it and I'm gonna exploit it. Henry the Turtle. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Okay, so what, it's like a fair fight? Is that it? And I don't care if you are my witness. So help me, I will throw you out of my way. No way. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. We will continue the cross-examination after we reconvene. Hey, wait a second here. This is Mr. Ray. This is still the trial. The day 1 trial. Yeah, we're keeping going this. I want to finish the fucking trial. Is it really true about my aunt? I'm afraid so, Maya. There's no way Enid could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. Under the circumstances, there's no one else other than your aunt, Morgan. That's terrible. Why? Why would my aunt... Everything is going just as I predicted, Mr. Phoenix, right? Oh, fuck, it's you. Ah! Miss Von Karma! Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? Nick had nothing to do with what happened to your dad. Don't you have something better to be worrying about? Say, your own situation? Looking down on me even though we're the same age. Also... I swear to God, you know I get it. Oh my God, but it's mean girl. God forbid a woman do anything. You are giving my friend a death sentence. That is... Oh, it's all evil woman until they want to frame someone for murder. Are you done yet? You caused me enough pain and suffering. Not yet. My goal is to defeat you, and let the whole world know of your defeat. But even if you do that, it won't bring your father back. Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. And then we'll know who the real winner is. Okay. It is you. Enjoy your first loss, Francisca.
Court will now reconvene. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you prove Miss Eenie Miney had a motive?
Yes, I believe I can. Eenie Miney and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection, and that is the car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be there. Miss Miney, please testify to this court about your car accident last year. Huh? I thought, you wanted to, ask me about my, motive? I, don't see the point in, bringing up the past.
Miss Miney, if you please.
Okay. I totally don't think it'll do any good, but... That was, last year, in May. Something really bad happened at, my sister's clinic around then. And, the night of the accident, my sister was totally tired while she was driving. I was, totally pooped, too, so I, fell asleep in the passenger seat. I, woke up because of a jolt, and, it was a sea of flames around me. I, opened the door and, got away.
I think I've heard of this incident.
That was all the talk on the tabloid shows day after day last year. Yes, and there was talk about Dr. Gray judging your sister. Gah! Those were merely rumors, totally basic gossip.
Yes, Mr. Wright, you may question the witness.
Right now, it's impossible to prove that Dr. Gray did, in fact, drug Miss Miney's sister. Yeah, which means I'll have to work this from another angle. And I kept wanting to forget that time. So, I don't remember things about the accident in, detail anymore.
Well, it's alright. No need to push yourself.
I think I, gave an interview after the accident. That would probably be the most accurate, you know? If it's that article, then I've already got it. There's got to be some sort of secret sleeping in this testimony. So let's find the one question contradiction and end this. Last year in May. she was still half asleep. First, I'll press her on, I think. That was on my 2 thing with all the patient stoppers. May 2nd. 24th. A 22-day gap. That was the malpractice incident where 14 patients died, correct? Yeah. What was the cause of the mistake? Like, I heard it was because the medicines, like, got mixed up. Was that the fault of your sister, Mimi Miney? Like, no way. Dr. Gray, like, wanted to blame it on my sis. That incident has nothing to do with our murder here. Besides, the police report has already documented that it was entirely Mimi Miney's fault. Interesting. She objected right at the moment when Edie started showing resentment towards Dr. Gray. Which means, as far as the real facts are concerned, Mimi Miney is the one who made the mistake. Well, like, it really wasn't my sis. And like the 90 accident, my sis was totally tired. You mean exhausted? Like, she had to talk to the police and, like, was being investigated, like, every day. It's, like, a totally terrible situation. It's no wonder, then, that the car accident happened, huh? So, then, why didn't you ask to switch places? Huh? Like, what are you talking about? I meant switch drivers. If your sister was so tired, then you should have switched with her. True. Ah, but, like, I don't have a driver's license. I don't have one either. I was not aware you didn't have your license, Miss Miney. Miss Miney, please amend your testimony. Like, okay, anyway. Whew, I was, like, totally pooped, so, like, fell asleep in the passenger seat. The accident happened at night, correct? Yeah, like, it was at, like, 1 AM or so, I think. I had, like, a paper due, like, really soon. So, like, hadn't slept and was working, like, real hard. So it was because the two of you were so tired that this accident happened. I, like, woke up because of a jolt and it was like a sea of flames around me. And your sister? What happened to her? I didn't see her. The car was, like, totally black, and there was, like, a ton of smoke. I, like, totally had, like, no clue what was going on. I, like, opened the door and, like, got away. Oh, I already did that. Wait a minute. She does have a license. Miss Miney, that was a lame lie just now. Like, what do you mean? I know you had a license back then. This is a photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license.
What is the meaning of this, Miss Miney?
That's right. Yeah, I had, like, a license, but I didn't get it until after the accident. No, you had it. Nuh-uh. Fuck you mean, nuh-uh. Director Hottie, or the guy pretending to be in anyway, said so. What, are you talking about that perverted fake clinic director? Yes, and Your Honor, I would like to request that we hold a trial for that fake clinic director. I want him to be on trial for sexual harassment. Ouch! No one cares. Yeah, I'm with Von Karma this one. No one cares about perverts. No one cares about the pervert. Witness, when did you receive your driver's license? Like, last November. What? No, not November? That's going in my cringe collection. The accident happened last May. That's absolutely a lapse in time, Mr. Phoenix, right? Whoa, what in the fuck? That's what happened, Mr. Wright. At the time of the accident, Miss Mighty did not have a driver's license. God.
This position is not conducive for voices. Ow.
Cry and my whip shall accommodate. Anyway, without a license, the witness and her sister could not have switched drivers.
I'm, like, glad you get it, but, like, even if I had my license, I, like, don't think my sis will, like, let me drive. Huh. Yow! Don't just stand there humming to yourself. Not you too, Mia, with the whip and the pain. Yow. Wait, does Mia also have a whip? Maybe she just stepped on his foot. Miss Mighty, why do you think you would not have been allowed to drive anyway? That's because...
I think this situation calls for more detailed testimony. Miss Mighty, if you please.
Like, how annoying. Oops, like, sorry, didn't mean to be mean. I'm a Virgo. I'm a Gemini. I'm a Pisces. I'm a Capri Sun. Like, around that time, I was, like, really close to getting my license. My sis was, like, this totally big fan of cars and, like, really valued them. She, like, had just gotten this really shiny, bright red sports car. Statistically, red sports cars get pulled over more often. So obviously this means that red sports cars commit more crimes, right? Run! She, like, would say things like, no way am I letting a noob drive my car. A noob. So, like, that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night, too. Sometimes I forget that newbie is, like, an actual word, and that noob wasn't just something that was invented to be used by Halo players.
I see, a bright red car for sports. Now then, the defense may question the witness.
I'm not terribly knowledgeable about cars. I ride a bike. It is more energy efficient. And it takes up less space. And it's less likely to kill people. Like, around that time, I was, like, really close to getting my license. So what do you mean by really close? Like, I had one of those permit things. I think that's what they're called. Permit? Wow, the big name lawyer boy doesn't even know what a driver's permit is? Well, this lawyer never had a permit. Ow!
Ignorance is to be whipped.
What is with her? All she said in the last few minutes is utter nonsense. So, like, may I continue? My sis was, like, this totally big fan of cars. She valued cars. How much would you say she valued your car? $7. 3 doubloons. 4 doubloons. Well, like, she'd flip out at, like, a drop of rain. And, like, she would notice if something, like, touched the car door with dirty hands. In that case, why bother taking the car out of the garage ever? Why'd she take such special care of the car? How can you say that? It was a brand spanking new car. You have to treat a car like you treat a woman. Go on. No. I sense I've made a mistake of some kind. But see, but the thing about that is Kevin could have just said, treat a car like you treat a woman with respect. That would have been fine, right? Treat cars with respect, treat women with respect. That would have been fine. Like, it's not like there was no way out of that. With respect, dude. Respect woman juice. Drink your respect in woman juice. Yep. Phoenix. New car. Like, you wouldn't want to, like, get it dirty, was you, Mr. Lawyer? I would think the car's getting dirty is just another fact of life, but I would love a dirty car. You know? Because I don't trust people with fancy, shiny cars.
I guess people who really love cars think otherwise. It's like how, the bigger your car, the smaller your dick, the dirtier your car, the, bigger your heart. What? Phoenix, try asking something where it's significance, alright? Well, Miss Miney, what kind of car was it? Of course, that means clowns. With their big feet and tiny cars. It was a new car. A new car. Yeah, she had, like, just gotten it. It was, like, from the UK. The UK? Were those her boyfriend's initials? United Kingdom, Your Honor. And it was a really special model. She had waited for a whole year for it to arrive. I guess her love of cars would be the obvious next topic. I really don't know anything about cars, but I had a feeling this was bound to come up. Your Honor. Yes? Please have the witness append what she just said to her testimony. You mean the part about it being a special important car? Yes! Well, if you like cars that much, then... That's not my point. Though, to be honest, I don't know what the point is either. Miss Miney, would you please fix your testimony? Sure, whatever. I said this new car was like a totally special model from England. There's gotta be a contradiction in that. Like, she never been to England. I yelled, hold it, pretty forcefully, but... I don't actually know what to ask about cars. So, yes. Let's start with this. Why are British cars good? Like, huh? They're expensive, and their driver's seat is opposite to our cars here in Japan, California. It would seem there is no benefit to owning one. Wait a minute. Wait a minute! Car's on the opposite side, so then she was in the passenger seat. The right door. She couldn't have opened the right door because it was a British car. Yeah, I don't care. She's one of those people. I drive a manual. I'm not some kind of pussy who drives a stick shift. I just drives an automatic. I'm not some kind of pussy who drives an automatic. I drive a manual, and I put the stick shift in my pussy. Her personality. It's interesting, isn't it, Phoenix? Bit by bit, we're beginning to see the real contradiction behind this case. I know what it is. I know what it is. If it was a special model from England, then how did you exit the right door? Miss Miney, do you remember this article? Huh? It's an article about the accident. You had said this in it. But I opened the right door and, like, got out. That's a direct quote, ladies and gentlemen of the court. That's correct, isn't it? Mothers and fuckers of the jury. Say that instead of ladies and gentlemen, because mothers and fuckers, it's gender neutral. It's all encompassing. Mothers and fuckers. Like, why are you suddenly asking me about that? Your Honor, which side is the passenger seat? The left or the right? Well, it's on the right side, of course, because the driver's on the left side. That would be if it were an American car, but it would be the opposite in a British car. Opposite? The two of them were right in a British car. In that case, the passenger side would be the left side. Ah! So it wasn't a British car. What do you mean by this? Miss Miney, you said that you had escaped using the right side of the car. But if you were sitting there, then that means you were in the driver's seat. Ah! Order! Order in the court! Order! Order!
Ah! Mr. Phoenix Wright is blabbering nonsense again. He said the person who was driving was her older sister, Meanie Miny.
That is what Edie said, yes, but that is where her story falls apart. Somewhere, all of us made a big error in our assumptions. Phoenix, it looks like you finally found the real root of this murder. If we connect all the dots, there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Eni or Mimi, who was really driving that night? So maybe it was Eni. And the answer is Eni Miny, of course.
Why would you say that?
Miss Eni Miny just said so herself in her testimony. She said that she escaped the car from the right side door, which would have been where the driver's seat was.
Ow! I'm inclined to feel sorry for a foolish fool who foolishly spends his time foolishly. Objection! She made fun of me. At that time, Miss Eni Miny had not yet received her driver's license.
And that is why the accident happened. Hold it, Phoenix. Looks like you still don't see the real truth behind the accident. The real truth? Think outside the box. Isn't that what we always say? That's what you always say. Alright, one more time.
It was Mimi.
Andrew is the one person who had a driver's license. Mimi might. After all, that makes her the only person who could legally drive.
But you just said the witness, Miss Eni Miny, was the one in the driver's seat.
Which leads us to the next question. The next question. Who was the person standing at the witness stand right now? Wait a minute. Are you implying what I think you're implying, Phoenix?
What sort of idiotic ruse is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This witness's name is...
I'll tell you what her name really is. This witness's real name is... That's why she was able to impersonate her so much. Mimi Miny. That is your real name.
Of all the foolish dribble. Then how do you explain your appearance?
Oh my god. It's the gears in my head. It's all coming together. Oh, the prestige. This witness had severe facial burns when she was admitted to the hospital. So for the purpose of facial reconstruction, the surgeons used a picture.
Facial reconstruction surgery.
This is the picture she gave her doctors at the time. That's right. It's a picture of your younger sister.
No! But Mimi Miny, she died in the car accident.
That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case.
The bodies they found at the crash site
burned beyond recognition. That was the body of the real Eni Miny. Isn't that right, Miss Mimi Miny? She faked her death. That car accident 1 year ago. The one who died that night was Eni Miny. Her sister, Mimi, then stole her face. Well, I stole your face! And was reborn as Eni. With this, she effectively erased Mimi Miny from existence. Your Honor, I'm sure you can now see why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray. A loose end.
What do you mean? Ah! What is the meaning of this nonsense?
Dr. Gray wanted to call back the spirit of a dead person. Specifically, the spirit of his nurse that died in the crash, Mimi Miny. However, that would not have been possible, because Mimi Miny was still in fact alive. And that fact would have been discovered had the channeling been conducted. So this witness had to stop that from happening. At all costs.
And that's why she had to kill Dr. Turner Gray? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Before the channeling, Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting this witness about communicating with the dead. She could have just said, "Oh, sorry, Doc, that's not possible. It's not possible. You can't talk to the dead." She could have just lied. At that moment, his fate was sealed.
Well, Miss Nini, Ah! Why did you say my name just now?
Looks like I've been unmasked. Witness? Looks like I've been unmasked. That's right. I admit it. My real name is Mimi Miney. The quack doctor. He got what he deserved in the end. No arguments there, Your Honor. And I was so close to finally ditching Mimi, too. So close. But why? Why would you go so far as to throw away yourself? To become your own sister? I think I understand why. Mimi might wanted her old self to disappear because of this. That's about the malpractice incident. Dr. Gray was right. All along, the mistake was caused by the nurse. A nurse by the name of Mimi Miney. But it was a mistake, it was an accident. She was still an accident. That's right, the person standing before us today. A few weeks after this mishap, Mimi Miney had a car accident, where she lost her younger sister. Because of her narcolepsy. The timing couldn't have been worse. 14 patients died in that accident, and her own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear. I found a way for myself to escape it all. The only way. She lost everything in the flames of that accident. Her sister, and even her own face. This was her last chance. A chance to throw away the past and start a new life as her sister. Unbelievable. A plan beyond my wildest imagination. Ah, jerk. If only I hadn't thought of the channel in Mumbo Jumbo. Mumbo Jumbo? That's racist. Becoming me has been the most horrible experience in the world. Spirit channeling, the occult. I hate it. I hate it all! Bailiff, if you would please read to her her rights. I believe there are still a few unsolved riddles here, such as, why did Miss Miney chose to go with such a complicated plan? And why did Miss Morgan Fay agree to help her execute it? I know that one! I can tell you. Regardless, I believe one thing has been made crystal clear. The innocence of the defendant, Maya Fay. This is preposterous! I'm perfect! Me, Francisco von Karma! Vive la France! I'm gonna enjoy the news tonight, Miss Von Karma. How about you? It's gonna be broadcast all over the world, right? Your defeat, that is Phoenix, that is uncalled for. Well, what? She's been making fun of me all day. Fuck you, Phoenix, right? Everyone in this court hates you. Ow! Fuck! Ah! Right, that's it! I quit! Your Honor, I quit! Take my badge, you fucking kangaroo court! Phoenix, hand it there! Phoenix! Did she actually just— this court is a fraud! A sham! Did she actually just, like, fucking beat him? How is that not assault? Now then, it looks like it will be some time before Mr. Wright regains consciousness. Yeah, we just had an assault in my courtroom. I don't give a fuck. Does he have tenure or something? Is that why he just, like, doesn't give a shit about what happens in his courtroom? I was like, what are they gonna do? Fire me? I own this place. I can see why lawyers hate this game. So I will go ahead and pronounce the verdict. Phoenix goes through so much shit. So much bullshit. So much fucking bullshit. That is all. This court is adjourned. Alright. Telling you guys, Ace Attorney 7, the next prosecutor, they have a gun, and whenever Phoenix says something, and whenever Phoenix does an objection, they just BANG! and no one gives a fuck. Congratulations, Maya. Success! Ah. It's good to see you, Maya. How are you doing? Sis! I didn't kill anyone, did I? No, you didn't. It was all just a dream. A really bad dream. You know, sis, in my dream, I smelled a really familiar scent. A familiar scent? It was inside that clothing box, right? I was inside that clothing box, right? That box. That's how. She was in the box. That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago. That's right. There is still just one thing I don't quite get. What's that? What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Gray? I mean, we broke in because we heard a gunshot. I think Mimi Miney had planned to open the door to the chamber herself. And then you and Lotta would have witnessed quite a scene. A possessed Maya Fey who had just committed a murder. She had it planned down to the smallest detail, huh? Nick! Congrats, Maya. Thanks! Looks like you bailed me out of another jam. Well, you know. But I really don't want something like this to happen ever again. I'm fine because I have you to help me out, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. First my sister, and now my aunt. Hey, Nick, tell me. Tell me where my aunt went. Tell me why my aunt went and did something so horrible. Why would she help Mimi Miney with a plan like that? I just don't understand it, Nick. Why, it's over. Why don't we just let it be? Nick, please, I need an answer! The reason Morgan helped Mimi with her plan was... It was because of your mother... Oh shit, I can't actually fucking... Hold on. Evidence. I don't get it. Yeah, me neither. Nope, we're doing this again. I need to know. It's something to do. It's because of your mother. Magatama? Pearl? Pearly? Ah, I knew it. 4 years from now, a new master will be born into Kurain Village. And that person will be you, Maya. And? But if you weren't there, then the main family's bloodline would disappear, and what would happen then? The Branch family. My aunt. No, Morgan's spiritual power is too weak. The next person would be Pearl's. Ah! Everything was done for her sake. It was also that Pearls would become the next master. Yeah, I can see that. Did Maya say something just now? I think that she was saying... I thought so. Detention center. Solitary confinement. Damn. My precious Pearl. You are the only one suitable to be the master of Kurain, dear child. I sacrificed it all for you. I helped that brainless nurse carry out her murder, and cooperated with that whip-happy prosecutor. It was all to unseat that annoying, witless main family girl.
that Maya Fey. Oopsie. But I shall be patient, my dearest Pearl. A chance will present itself. Your time will come. Wow. We did it! Yeah! Next time we will be doing episode 3.